What is up? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, we got two. There's two of you, one of me. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, oh, you got a challenger. Don't challenge me. Oh, beautiful. James, what is up, brother? Ready to hang out in the garage with some Rockstar Nitro Forever. Forever or Fever? Oh, you got the Nitro Fever too? Me too, right here, brother. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, I busted out the, call them the MIPs. I was sure these things were going to do the job right. I was just worried about doing more work. Because I would have to heat up these freaking little nuts to get it kind of loose. But I guess that's a good thing. It's a good thing that you need good tools for good screws. Because these screws, if that's part of the design, but when they snap, that's some like it's indicating that it's locked in. So if it's locked, it's not going to vibrate out, right? Look at this. And I change that. So, got the engine out. The reason why I'm getting this engine out, if you've been following, this engine is not ready for shit. I already have a gallon over it, more than a gallon, like a gallon and a half, and it doesn't want to freaking break in. And I think I already know why. It's part of like the process that I'm doing. Because usually you don't use heat, your engine wears, you get the wear in through, you wear in, you break it in. But I don't think I should call the way I do it like breaking it in. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, the word break in has the word break. And what are you breaking? I don't know. They're probably referring to the material you have to like scrape off. Oh, that's the intention of the whole engine, right? But let me not lose you. I should call my thing something else like forging. You know what I mean? But not really like forging. There has to be like another term. Because what I'm using is compacting and resizing the engine with the pressure and the forces of the piston going up the sleeve on where it's tapered, where the pinch is at, right? So instead of that pinch, that tightness from the sleeve getting scraped the shit out, little by little, I'm actually getting it soft enough where where it's not scraping. Minimal scrape. I'm pretty sure there is some kind of scrape because you would have to go beyond 200 degrees. Kind of like if you're forging something, you're compacting steel. You're gonna get it fucking hot where it's glowing hot. Smash it together, right? In this case, well, very similar to a oil bath. Yeah. Don't know. It's not really. Yeah, you could call it an oil bath, but I'm trying to find a better name because I'm not really. I have it combusting. I tried calling it slow roasting, but it doesn't quite fit. I don't know, brother. I'm over here just thinking too much about like if I have some kind of revolutionary discovery. You know what I mean? Not really discovery because it really does make sense when you just think about it scientifically. Like you'd have to be like on the Discovery Channel for quite a while, to be able to like have some kind of idea, some kind of an idea. But hey, I always said ideas are not, they don't come from your head. The IQ has been a fucking lie, and I don't want to start with any of that shit because I don't want to waste hours and hours on trying to Explain, because this is not about. Yeah, it is about, because I always try to tell everybody that there's a way. I mean, they got to make this user friendly, but if there's a, because look, they don't want you. Nobody would want. Look, I see the beauty in nitro because of what I do. Kind of like a fucking investigator. You know, and kind of like if I'm working in some kind of R&D department, like fucking they're paying me fucking top, like, you know what I mean? So I'm over here fucking researching and developing like something very uh 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 not something, how can I say this? A very complicated machine, a kind of like saying this thing needs to be. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But what I'm trying to say is that I love thinking, I might be tripping that I'm making this up, but I love thinking that I'm having some kind of scientific breakthrough. But not really. But more like uncovering these fucking, not really, because see, I'm so confused, because if I start from friendly, user friendly, because this thing is a complicated machine, and they don't want to make it so complicated that people just move away from it, or just have the experience and say, hey, I'm sick of it and tired of it, because every day you learn something from this thing, brother. And then if you have about 10 engines and about 10 RCs, and you start R&D them and try to make them better, and making them better is not by putting aluminum parts, brother. That's worse, right? Making them better, well, making them faster. That's the key, because that's what my channel is about, right? But what I like to know, what I like to see is that, look, they try to tell me that you couldn't put a 21 in this, and it's pretty tight, pretty confined. There's so many things you can like, 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 like in my view, right? In my mind, so many things that I'm interested in getting to fucking make better, I guess, you know. But other than that, these things are user friendly, like I was saying, and they're designed to kind of give it like a effortless function, like a way you can, like, kind of like electric cars, They don't want you doing too much, because then it's gonna get tedious, probably, like I was saying. But for nitro RCs like you and me, that kind of deal with slipper clutches and all these fucking dumb shit that you don't really need on it, because it's not really, things break in other different ways, right? Like you gotta, kind of like saying you're trying to uncover the truth of that these things you don't need. How can I say this? They're trying to make a lot of the money off of you, but at the same time, they're giving you a chance to be able to find easier ways to not break this. Because first, if you go through your engine and you don't use heat, sooner or later that connecting rod is gonna bust. Even though you're done with your break-in, afterwards it's gonna bust, brother. And then a lot of times, like, I noticed that everybody has their high-speed needle like all the way dug in there, and they say they're breaking it in, and it's all the way done in there. And they might have a tank or two tanks, brother, but that made me think that that is way deep in there. And the only reason why how deep these things should be when they're broken in, like, for instance, say factory settings, are when they're ready, okay? Not when they're ready to break in, when they're ready to bash and you're done breaking them in. Because I've thought about it so much, brother. I've thought about it so much in so many different ways that it just kept me thinking and thinking and thinking and about thermodynamics and about like how molecular structures are binded together and with heat, you can make them vibrate and they get softer and you can compact them more. That's why they do the forging, right? So I gotta put constant heat on this sucker, so I do the minimal wear, So in other words, they're trying to tell us that look, this thing is user friendly. You can have a blast, but you're gonna have to replace it. That's why they tell you, hey, your RC car, your RTR is just to get you started, but it's not true because if you do this freaking a lot of heat and a lot of you're gonna be fucking. I don't know if you're into writing down like how many gallons your engine is using. If you've been doing that, next engine you break in, try that freaking constant heat procedure. The shape don't scrape. You know what I mean? I just out of curiosity, do it, brother. It's a lot of work. Like for instance, this engine, I wanted to start saying that I couldn't get it. It's not broken in yet. I already have a gallon over it. Every time you start it, I keep that fucker fucking on blast with this fucking heat gun on top. I even got it mounted the way so I can like just fucking set it and forget it, right? And like did all this kinds of shit, brother. Like before, I didn't have these things, and before I even tried doing anything, I would like just struggle with clamps, struggle with this and that, right? But as soon as I realized, bro, you gotta have a fixed point. You know what I mean? You gotta have your shit fixed. It's fixed. Now that word makes sense in so many areas. Like when it's broken, fix it so it's stable. This shit was unstable for fucking videos and videos, brother. But anyway, just trying to let you know I got it situated. So check it out. Also, I made more room since I can show you right now. I made more room. I took, I didn't take another one of these shelves out, but I put it over here. So I got more room now. And that shit just makes it just makes everything easier, brother. You know what I'm saying? Having this shit down for what you gotta do. It just makes it easier for me, I guess. That's what I'm gonna say. The next step is like fucking robotic arms and shit. You know what I mean? Like we're kind of like in the science lab, or oh, like in a manufacturing plant, like at the Ferrari plant. But it is what it is. I'm trying to get this together, and I give you guys a little tour after this. But like I was saying, this engine, it's not ready, and it has a long ways to go, and that's the only reason I haven't been holding up, brother. Gotta tell you, I've been fucking every day. I'll do at least a break-in or two, cause it takes a minute cooking, brother. And what, in other words, like I'm trying to let you know that this thing isn't broken in. And if I wasn't using this much heat, I could have probably already broken starter pin or something in there because the fucking tightness of this engine is just like ridiculous. But anyway, it would have been broken in already. I would have been out there and just tuning in, sending it, and then like a month later, wow, the needles all the way in, and it doesn't give me any more speed, right? But right now, brother, this is what I'm trying to let you know. Right now, it's in its time where it's like after a gallon and a half and so much hours of heat with this fucking thing right here, a little mini heat gun. Um, it's barely ready, and this is what I discovered because I thought I was just making shit up, but it is. Like, let me tell you the whole process. This thing will not turn over when it's brand new. If you don't heat it up, this engine in particular, like say you buy it out of the box to replace your RTR engine, this thing will not turn over. It will get stuck. I had to heat it up for first gallon every time. That's why this thing is still on here, because I'm still heating it up constantly. And then plus it works that way. It doesn't cool down that fast outside, because this thing still cools. It will still dissipate heat, but it's not gonna cool as fast because it doesn't have air to pass through all those fins. You know, kind of like when you spread your arms up and you let your armpits breathe, and you feel the breeze, brother. That's what the engine feels like. That's what the engine feels. It's like, yeah. But right now it's in this braking procedure and it needs to fucking keep that heat. But anyways, like let me keep going where I left off. So the first gallon, heat after heat after heat, not until the gallon and a quarter, I was able to turn it over. I was able to turn over this the back plate without, I mean, with my hands, like this, right? Just grab the shaft and turn it over. But don't do this with the glow plug on. I mean, on. When you know that you're ready to go out there and you don't need to have heat anymore, well, that indicates to me that I'm ready to go out there and it's ready to stay at the 130 degrees, right? Because after that, you know that the pinch has already been worked through. Whether if my theory is correct that it got more compacted, or it just took slower to fucking shred off. And there's really no point in saying this, but I don't want to think that way, brother, because my Nova Rossi is giving me fucking like crazy results, because that's where it all started. Um, so I'm able to turn it over without the glow plug on, and that indicates that that pinch that needs to be broken in, it's like, bro, who knows how close broken in, but you're ready to go out there, right, and just give it throttle and give it load. Um, I have it right there where it's like a factory settings a little bit higher, like a turn counterclockwise, richer, right? Like a turn richer, half a turn richer. And I still can't give it all the fucking all the throttle because it will give me that lean behavior, though. Like the distortion. We call it distortion because it's too much air, right? So, and not just that. There's too much air. There's too much fucking compression. The compression can also affect it, right? Besides the air, there is a also compression level. If you exceed the compression, not enough fuel, which could be damaging. But look, um, um, on your manual, you know when it says, give it 10%, 20%, 30%, that's due to the compression level of your engine, not to how fast you're allowed to rev it, because it won't rev as fast enough. And if you do, what's gonna happen is gonna run so fucking lean, like at the top end, at a certain point where it's just the you can call it air fuel ratio is just way off, right? And you just have way too much compression, even though you're on factory settings, it's gonna sound lean as shit. And that's because I'm telling you, there's too much compression. And the pinch from being brand new, it needs to be worked through, right? So I went out there today and I had this thing richer than fucking Richie Rich. You know? Oh, I don't know how the fuck they say it. That sounds funny. But this thing is not ready, and I'm fucking pissed, kinda. I was expecting to go do a video, man. Like this explaining stuff, it just makes me sound like bored because I know I'm not explaining why I'm not out there. I'm explaining, and I'm also discovering that I was kind of off. It kind of does take longer to fucking break in, and also you got to point out, I got two of these. One of them might have taken a lot sooner to break in because um, they're not exactly the same from factory, right? So note that too. And that's how you know, like, you'll go through one or two fuel you'll probably have to go through 1 or 2 gallons using a bunch of fucking heat in order to finally feel how you can turn it over without the glow plug on. Because you know, if you've noticed a brand new engine, you try to do that, you won't be able to turn it over without the glow plug. Believe me, when they're brand new, try to turn it over without the glow plug, brother, with your hands. Try to, and you know what I'm talking about. You can't do it. Nobody can do it. It fucking hurts. And I'm talking about this fucking pin, this drive, the drive pin, the starter, rotor start shaft. Uh, like right now, it has the glow plug on. I can't turn it over. Obviously, nobody can like that. But even though, I mean, I mean, I mean, let me say that again. So since now I can't, like, obviously I can't turn it over because it has a glow plug, right? Even if I take that glow plug out when it's brand new, I still won't be able to turn it over. I won't be able to. It's fucking hard. I've seen, and I know you've seen plenty of YouTubers running Novaroses where they have to pry out because they're stuck out there trying to bash an engine that is not broken in thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? And they they seem to be doing what the manual is doing, but to me, it's not quite what we should be doing. If you would consider putting a little bit more work, which it should not require you to. You know, otherwise it would be telling you in the manual, hey, you gotta fucking constantly heat this thing, or else you're gonna break it. But they don't tell you that. You know where I'm going with this? So there has to be a user friendly margin, and there has to be a fucking even the racers, brother. They take off their glow plug so they can start their damn things. I don't have to do that if I have it hot enough. Don't have to do that. I'm not arguing, brother. I'm just trying to prove my point. Why I haven't fucking got this thing done. I've been out there, and it looks like I'm struggling, but I'm impatient. I'm struggling with my patience. Jester Angel, what is up, brother? Thanks for tuning into the chat. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But I can continue now. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. I'm over here not struggling. Just it's kind of hard to discover. It's kind of difficult to finally discover, I guess, patience. When you get to meet patience, everything will be all right. Woo! Look, listen, I keep thinking I'm lagging and I'm careless. I don't care about y'all. That I'm just doing nothing, being lazy, nothing, and just I should be doing what I should, that I need to be. How can I say this? There's too many thoughts going through. I'm not in peace with myself because I know I should be doing more. I'm not here to give excuses, brother. I'm here to fix things. To have fixed points in this axis, for axis in every quadrant. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. We're in a graphical matrix. 90 degrees are everywhere. Okay, anyway, here we go. Keep the keep your state of mind elevated is my, can I say, my saying to you, because now I gotta realize everything I say is important. Brother, don't you forget everything you say is also important because it's what creates your experience. Alright, here we go. Let me give you a little bit of details when I was doing this super rich and hot freaking break-in on the stove slow roast. Um, I first started using Sidewinder fuel. It was pretty old fucking fuel, man. I don't know why they sell this stuff. Stores should check their inventory. You know, you buy Traxxas. You ever buy a Traxxas fucking filter and then you get the filter pre-oiled and then you fucking open it up and try to put it on your thing and then on your housing and then it starts breaking apart like really soft cheese, like queso fresco. You know what I'm saying? and and freaking that's what happens because the oil did its job. It eats it. Fucking oil eats everything. Stay away from oil. Don't want to start again. I mean, don't eat it. And be aware we've been eating it for a while. But that's okay. Just, you know, little by little, I'm gonna let you guys know later. Look, where was I? This oil thing. I was using Sidewinder, and as oily as I had to have it, right? It built up like this big old thick gelatin on top of the piston. You know what I mean? It was pure oil, like unburnt oil. Well, kind of almost burnt. You know what it looked like? You ever pull out a oil pan off a car, one that's been, or even on YouTube, you ever see one that's like turned into gelatin, like kind of really hard, like Jello, harder than Jello. Anyway, that's what happened, man, and that's a good thing, I guess, but not really because it's taking up space inside the combustion chamber, and it's just increasing it like a mother. But it wasn't much, but I kept it rich as shit. I mean, rich, you know, rich, rich as rich like that. Who says it? Oh yeah, Dave Chappelle. He always goes, "I'm rich, bitch." Rich like Chappelle, the bitch. Don't like that guy no more. I used to like it when they came out of the Chappelle show, but after that, started realizing they're all scripted. Anyway, what is up? If you're just tuning in, welcome back to my channel. So I'm on this engine. I'm gonna clean it, and then also another problem that I had was that the Rascal. This is the clutch belt for the Rascal, and shit me not, they look identical as the Schumacher. Identical, man. Let me get. Let me get a freaking. Are you serious? I can't. Yeah, they are the same. So this is a two-speed, the one that's on that, and this is a single speed, the one that goes on the Rascal. And I'm assuming they're both the same, right? Swap it over. But what I'm trying to figure out is that they both look the same. See, this is the three-speed for a Fusion, and I have a Fusion clutch shoe in there because the Rascal clutch belts, like you can tell. I mean, not on camera, but if you had them both, they're both identical. I put them together like this. They're fine. Maybe this one sticks out more than the other. Maybe the cone. You see this edge right there? That edge right there? It's longer. And this one, that's the only difference. So you can't even see if it's like they both look. Oh yeah, It sticks out more. It's kind of like elongated a little from the neck pickup. Um, just this little part, kind of like a half pipe, like a ramp. This part right here, I'm just counting. This, not the whole thing. Just this part is shorter than the part over here. So that kind of makes sense why both of the clutch shoes, like the one for the Fusion and the one for the Rascal, are the same size, but they're kind of cut different. But I don't care. Look, what I think is going on also that besides, oh, yeah, I have an example right here. Check it out. You're going to tell me, are you fucking serious? Because they're the same height. See, you buy one for the Rascal, a clutch shoe, and they're like this. Brand new. You see that piece? And this is a Fusion. So you're going to tell me that you guys cut a Fusion one and then sell it cheaper or more expensive? Because they're not the same price. And especially if you look that they don't make these no more. They do still make these. These are $6 and £6 and 66. Okay, 666. Not kidding. These things are £6 and 66 cents. But anyway, um, it's not interesting. It's pretty. It makes sense. You know why Schumacher uses yellow and purple. Mark of the Beast is in everything. Everything Schumacher does. That's why they have a 3-speed. Because 666. Anyway, moving on. Triple. Triple the digits. Oh, we live in a simulation, right? Oh, I forgot. We live in a simulation. Anyway, check it out. So, like I was saying, I really don't understand why they did this. Like, they should have just kept it. It's the same thing, right? But I guess it's for all fitment, brother, because look, this thing is fucking a tight fit. I was thinking of changing the freaking header, like taking this off and putting a regular traditional standard header that we all know that's nice and tubular, right? But no, we can't. We can't because it's fucking, this thing is in the way. This thing right here, right? So it has to be tucked in. That's why this thing, look at the way it's shaped. Look at the header, the way it's shaped. It's all flat right here. All flat right here. And then opens up and then it's kind of squarey in there. It gives it like a curve in there. Like it looks flat here, but in there there's a like a curve. But that's still not enough. Here, I can't even see right. See that? Not in the piston, like in this thing right here on the manifold. It's tapered, no, curved in there. It's not like squared off everywhere, but still not good flow. It's not a good pipe. This thing, like the only way I could run it in the way everything is set up because it's packed in, and then it has to have this pipe. But incredibly, it does work, but not. There's a little lag, brother, and that's I think that's the beauty of it. That even though that lag, I can consider it as a turbo lag, because look, this thing will take off, right? First, second, it hits second, then it'll go, like El Willie on first, but not yet, because I'm still breaking it in. Oh, fucking Willie. Ring, ring, ring. Like, just bashing it around in circles. Oh, Willie and flip over. You know, I get too happy like a puppy and fucking try to um flip upside down. You know what I mean? Roll over and shit. Done it plenty of times. Look at this fucking. Oh man, I don't want to show you now. But what I'm trying to say is that you take off, you hit second, and you're taking off. Like it feels like it's lagging, but then out of nowhere, it just goes like if it fucking picked up boost out of nowhere and fucking just takes off. But once it's taking off pretty high, you start hearing it go because it's still not. It can't rev as high as it can yet. You know what I'm saying? So I came back, and after like a whole week, after kind of I don't know how much I used already, but probably already used 2 gallons. But it's not done yet, and it should be done this week, brother. I've been also trying to put in between other ones like the Schumacher Fusion and break it into so I can do it after. But I don't want to skip around, man. I'm sticking with this, get this done, and put it away. Put it away so I can make more room. Thinking of breaking it all down and then, later on, once I'm ready, because right now, oh man, I'm recovering. I got a lot of fucking pain from standing, brother. It's the fucking coffee. I haven't been able to fucking reduce my intake. Yeah, I have a little bit. But bro, that is one of the other reasons why I haven't been on the live like practically every night cuz um I gotta be sitting down. But it's gonna change, brother. Let's go. Let's go. Do this. So like I was telling you, man, you discover this stuff like right now, taking this out, figure out why the hell. Look, another reason why your car could be shutting off is because you're trying to idle and go at the same time, right? And that shouldn't do it. Your engine should idle nicely at a high idle without taking off until it's pretty high, right? Where did I take this off? Oh, I was gonna show you. Yeah, right now it kind of cleaned itself, but when you run it rich in the beginning, well, I don't know if this is gonna happen when you do it or anybody else do it, or if I do it on a different engine. Because look, all this fucking restriction could probably be the reason why I had to kind of clean it up. I mean, the piston could have it had a bunch of like oil, dried up oil, like I was trying to explain earlier. Dried up oil, not too dry, not too dried up. But sometimes one thing that got me thinking when you I've got plenty of those old engines that are used up and left with oil in them to dry out, and then you open them up. Oh, the ones that are locked. You ever wonder that same oil that got that engine locked could ruin the piston? I mean, it's oil. See what I'm saying? So all this oil on top of this piston when it is breaking kind of got me concerned. Or should it be? It was nice and oiled. So safe as it's gonna be safe. Safe to break in. The other engine that I broke it in on my Super RS4. It gave me pretty good fucking timing. Didn't quite do it like as much as I could, as best of my knowledge. I just kind of went out there and did a speed run before I put a Nova Rossi 21. And that thing was pretty quick. And took it out, put it on my fucking bike. But I have not put that bike onto its paces. I really can't wait. I really can't wait. If you haven't seen it, let me just show you because I really like showing this thing. And I already drove it. I have a video on it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a fucking bike, a fifth scale bike, and these bikes usually have a .12 for, so this thing, when you're trying to turn, it's not gonna tip over like clunk, clunk. But it drives, brother, and it doesn't drive by fucking scraping the side rails. These fucking things on the side. What do you call those? Fuck, I keep forgetting. Sliders. Anyway, let's just call them sliders for now. But I put this engine, a 21, this one. I put this one. I broke it into Super RS4, and after like I did a couple speed runs, put it on here. But I'm gonna have this soon, brother. Just bear with me. It's not there just to be there for show. This thing, I actually need to get it together with the correct things on it. Right now I have this made up, this homemade servo saver that it's made by fuel lines. And the whole point was to have that fucking handle, the servo, just hold the front fork as stiff as possible. But um, I guess it's not a good idea, brother. Some guy told me, hey, you gotta have a full working super soft servo, kind of like they have on a T-Max or a fucking Fortec. Yeah, the stock Fortec. Those fucking servos are wild, man. Those things make you feel like you're fucking drunk. Like if you're drunk as fuck trying to control your RC car. Man, if you know what I'm talking about, shout out to you because fuck. So they have who has them? Axial, uh Arma. Arma has a lineup of like these 116 scales, and they have these 25 tooth servos arms with like a little spring on top that you screw on, right? Kind of like the servo savers on the cranks. Uh, Cause this one doesn't have a crank, right? So you got that fucking savage style little servo saver too in the front. But I'm telling you, man, I think that's what I need to do. Cause that, let me show you again. I didn't show you the, the servo saver. So I was gonna put something like this, kind of like Associated or Team Associated use, or the whole old school vintage ones, and put it on here. But instead, I use like two clamps with fucking with fuel line things, few pieces of fuel line, so it wouldn't break, but be stiff enough to give me a little bit of give. You see that? But that's too much stiffness. You know what I mean? The squeeze of what you can get out of a fucking fuel line. And I thought that was the best way to go to keep this thing fucking straight and even willy. Oh, and also I have it like twice as much geared up. Like I flipped it over. Like usually this thing is like what was the original gearing? 13 or 11. No, 1348, I think. Now I have a 35 16. I think it's 35 or 30. Yeah, 35 tooth. And perfect mesh, brother. I already drove this thing. Fucking, I couldn't believe it handles. When it turns, it feels like it's just gonna drop down straight to the floor. But it actually does kind of well. It's like advanced. I call it just for advanced users. Fucking anybody can learn it. You just need to fucking practice it a lot. Took me a minute. And especially when you're like fucking nervous, not nervous, but like impatient, it can get to you. So that one didn't take as much as I don't even think it took a gallon to break in. But this one, um, I don't know what's going on, man. I think on on a good. I think I'm on a good track. Not a good track. I think I'm on a good freaking thing here. It's like this. This could be revolutionary. Could be something like nobody really speaks of. And if somebody figured it out, are probably fucking stingy and won't tell you, or probably trying to charge you money. Like I don't know. Don't want to mention any names. Charge you money for secrets. Like those people. Those people. Like one guy that made a book called Natural Cures. He's like, yeah, even there's plants in front of the house that just grow by themselves you can eat. If it's green, you can eat it. And if it gets you sick, it's because you're fucking detoxifying. From what? I don't know. You used to think it was called poisoning. But it's actually it's a big heavy load of what can I say? Say the most potent detoxifier. You know? It could have been this easy. Like in when I was in junior high, I can't remember what age I was when I got in probation. I was in probation school, right, for being under the influence in public. So I got into probation for that, right? So they didn't show up to court. Could have just done a couple of days in the program, and they put me on probation. So fuck, I forgot what I was gonna tell you about it. But anyway, let me see if I remember. Let me work with this. Maybe I wasn't supposed to tell you. Oh yeah, I did forget completely. Like my thought just fucking bursted. I went like, "See you later." Like they cut me off. All right, all right, all right. These things they come in roller bearings. You can see. Another thing, what I was trying to explain earlier, that when this thing was rotates, when it's on, it feels like it's engaging. And that could be because the clutch shoe. This one is like it looks really good, right? It's worn down, but you can see all that burn. That's from just it trying to idle and barely just scraping on, right? Because they can't be idling forever trying to engage. You know what I'm saying? Your idle cannot feel like if it's engaging. Your wheels should not be spinning when you have it on the stand. So this thing on idle is just fucking goes like, but if you put it on the ground, it won't go, right? So that little bit of grip, slippage, it just burns down the clutch like that, but it's not destroyed. There's not enough load on it. You know what I mean? But it's still catching the. It's sliding, and that's kind of not good for trying to break it in. You put it on the ground, and you're out there, freaking when there's a lot of pinch, and then if it gets cold, then shut off because it's trying to go. And these things they make power by going faster. The faster they go, the more power they're making. They don't make all the power like low load. I mean, when you're trying to take off, these things have to spin. So anyway, I don't know if you ever felt when these things are on and then you just hold it when they're broken in and idling. You can just hold it and it doesn't even feel. It feels like it's gonna hurt you, but doesn't even do shit. It's like what? Really? Like where's the fucking torque? Like you just turn it off. You can do that. And it's really easy. I mean, it's like not painful. Oh. All right. So this clutch shoe, what I'm gonna do is just replace it with one that's worn out more, right? Worn out more than smaller. And that should do, yeah. Unless I want to put that original one, and I really don't want to. I think that's what I'm gonna do, right? Cause look, it just works out all around. Look, put a brand new clutch shoe on a Fusion. Once I wear it out half through, then it should be brand new considered for the Rascal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of things that I like to fucking share and discover. I mean, well, first I gotta discover something not amazing, right? Like, yeah, it's kind of like because I mean, I'm just going by like what I experienced, because the first in the beginning, what I try to do is buy original clutch shoes for the Rascal, and I saw that they were different, and therefore I did not assume that they were the same size in diameter, you know, and the circumference. They're practically the same, uh, yeah, size, and as a diameter, but as in a height, they might be a little longer. Yeah, could be like a hair, like a millimeter, brother. Yeah, we could say a millimeter. So also, I'm probably gonna have to do is reduce it from the top, right? Or maybe the top was the part that was making it spin. Let me check it again. Yeah, it does seem like it, cause there is a lot of play in it. See this one. This is the original. Oh, this one has way more play, but maybe it's worn down. Um, my first thought was that the spring was too soft, too weak, right? Now I'm thinking twice. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shave off some from the top and put it back in here and see if I'm pretty sure that is the problem because I'm pretty sure that's enough space. Here, let me show you closer. Maybe sticking out too much. You see this spring? It should be almost a little closer. So I'm gonna shave some off on top and just keep the new one because I was gonna go with a worn down one like this one. Worn down because when they wear down, they expose more the spring from the front. Off the guy, what is up? So, all right, I guess it's gonna be the top two. So let's get to it. I'm gonna keep this clutch shoe right here, the same one. I don't know if I should do it on here. No, let's take it out. Ow, I hurt. Hey, come on. Ooh, okay, all the bearings are in here. This doesn't belong in here. is try this thing out. Yeah, off the guy. What is up, man? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Saturday. You know, I think my thinking is correct that these probably have a big, thick diameter. Should make them a little smaller. I mean, should go smaller. So I'm not gonna put that new one. I'm just gonna shave this one down on top because it looks like it is grabbing. And then check the spring. Tension's pretty loose. See the other one? And that is thing. Okay. Check first. Make sure this thing is not loose. Where is the pliers? Yep. Never came loose. We're done that one. Move this thing out of the way. Bring in big guns. Fuck you, Harbor Freight. Suck it. Ah. Teacher. So I'm just gonna shave and try to make it as even as possible. Should have had a belt sander. Be a lot easier, better. Dude, I need it. I hope this shit is not fucking harmful to me. Fucking Teflon skit breathing it in. What do y'all think? Should I breathe it in? Um. All right. If I go blind or if I start coughing blood, then you'll know not to do this at home. Just wait for like 10 minutes. Make sure you put in the Teflon shit to work. Fuck. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's getting hard to breathe, brother. Why'd I do this? Here we go. Oh, shit. Give me a second. I unplugged this thing. Alright. Okie dokie. Oops. Give me a second. So I sanded it down on the ground so I can see where. Well, I guess that's gonna tell me where it's uneven. But I think it's blowing. Not really. Well, I'm gonna go right here. It's just a little bit more. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh, shoot. I think this should do it. If it doesn't, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do it again. Another way around it. Unless I want to pay extra, which I don't want to do. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, that's not even. Away from the face. Okay. Look good. I mean, it doesn't look good, but still. Like, my indications are correct. It's too high and it's rubbing on in front of the clutch bell, not the sides. Front of it. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little weird. My jawline is starting to feel weird. Uh-huh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Dummy. Anyway, put the back on. See what this does. I'm just clean off the edges with my nails. No fancy tools. All natural cuts. I mean, there we go. Chilling before work. You got work today, brother? Something isn't setting. That should do it. There we go. Hey, what the fuck? You know one thing I discovered is that when this thing spins and it catches on the clutch bell, it actually pulls it in. Some weird fucking physics, crazy ass physics going in there during that time. Like you would assume it would go any direction, right? Or if it grabs on, it stays there. But it actually like sucks it in, brother. I've seen that a lot. I always thought, man, this thing is just gonna try to pop out. Don't know if that happens too with any other clutch belt, but it pulls it in. It's pretty crazy, man. That's the latest the latest reveal. uh, it feels off though. Too much play. I don't remember it having too much play like that. What could it be? A B. I'm gonna do is shim it. Aye. Okay. See what we have here. One shim. I think that's the best we can do. Ah, so that there. Yeah, we can add one more shim. One more shim. Hey, big shim. That shim a 0.5. Yeah, it is a 0.5. Whoa. There you go. Now the crank is heavier. Now it's going to be heavier. I mean, well, it still has the same play. Doesn't seem like it changed. Ah, yeah. So in that area, it didn't need it. Didn't make a difference. It has to be a different shim that I don't have. So we're gonna leave it like that. A little bit better than before. Hope so. Yeah, it is. I can feel it. Better than just how I had it. Alright, now, can't really tighten it that much with that. I need some leverage. Give me my tools so I can free my soul. Here we go. Right here. 2.5 Craftsman. Do y'all know Craftsman sold itself to? Yeah, it sold itself. It went, hey, you want to buy us? To Stanley. Never knew that. No wonder they still had the same fucking color. Red. Oh, not just red, the black. Anyway. Maybe it's just bullshit and it's the same owner. Propaganda, brother. Watch out for propaganda. Bullshitting all the time. Give me my tools so I can free my soul. See, that's one thing you gotta know, brother. You want to become the best, you gotta use the best. No way around it. Fucking been wasting my time, brother. Shit. You guys been. Oh, look at that. Wow. You amaze me every day, ever. Sorry. I like flattering myself. Woo! Alright, brother. Do we have to replace this O-ring? Yes. Kind of loose in there. So maybe that's why I'm kind of losing fuel pressure. Okay? I'm losing fuel pressure. Because there could be, I mean, the bottom of the exhaust port and everything right here, like on top of this port, the bottom, not oily. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what that means, I mean. You know what that means? That means the fucking O-ring is doing its job, but what I'm trying to say also is that these fucking O-rings are 99 cents O-rings in a pack for 200 O-rings. And you know what I mean by that, right? It's not gonna last. She's gonna fucking, what I'm saying, plastic is oil, and oil eats anything up. It even eats itself up. What do you think it's doing? Like, well, yeah, everything does that. Like, water dissolves ice. Like, oil dissolves plastic. You know what I'm saying? Oil dissolves plastic and also rubber. Dries it up like shit. That's why you gotta wash. Well, I gotta remind myself, hey, every run, there's gonna be oil on the wheels, tires. Clean it before it start getting hard and start cracking. You're gonna start cracking up. Uh-huh. Cracking up. You wanna crack down. These bastards, not crack up. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I hope you know what I'm saying, brother, because I cannot explicit say, fuck these motherfuckers, they're robbing us. We gotta figure out how to break them down. No. Because remember in the beginning, this plan, obsolescence, is just a plan to be user friendly. Well, not really, because no, that's not what I mean, man. Like the instructions, how they tell us to use it. It's not about plan obsolescence. That has nothing to do with it. Look, like the instructions on how the manual instructions how to use the RC Nitro is a friendly user version of it. There's a higher version you can use where the expectancy of its runtime could be higher than your expectations, brother. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at you constantly. Even though you already know this, I hope, well, I don't know. You're probably getting, I mean, no, I'm not thinking negative. I'm not getting you. How do you say that word? Fed up with it. Don't get fed up, brother. I'm just kidding. No, listen. I'm just here, just doing my thing. That's about it. And if you're new here, brother, look, in this channel, all we're trying to do is just, you know, um, get more of us speed freaks. We don't call it speed freaks. You can't really call it speed freaks because it's like the only natural way you would ever get a fucking hype like whoa without consuming like anything like sugar or any drug will be getting in a fucking fast ass car or making your RC car faster. You know what I mean? And that's not a freak. That's actually all natural. Like you're not putting anything in your body to fucking. You're not getting yourself loaded. You're actually you're enjoying what your work of art, brother. Something. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's art. It's artistic. And artistic, I mean by. Well, I don't want to say that stuff. Start talking about AI right now. This artistic intelligence. Your intelligence is artistic, brother. And you are an art of another intelligence. So there's a form after different form that has evolved. So you have to evolve. The whole point of me when I see my RCs is just to evolve it to a higher fucking speed. Because when you exist in a higher realm, your spirit spins faster. That's why they call it when you're down, when you're low, when you're dead in spirit, meaning you're like, oh man. But when you're out there enjoying yourself, brother, that's hyperactive. No, that's hyper. That's like saying you're feeling good. Your spirit is not in neutral. It's like in a nice flow, right? So me just upgrading these fucking things, making them faster, it just fucking hypes me up. And it's a thrill. I'm not gonna lie. It might be harmful to me because maybe I'm not supposed to absorb these fumes, right? Whatever, nitro. We all love it. And it's one of the good reasons. You can, like, I switch my shit up. Well, not really. But I think about the Folgers commercial all the time, like the coffee commercial, mountains, mountain view, you're waking up. If you're a coffee guy like me, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, got coffee. But when I do this, I smell like if I'm waking up too, right? I get excited, brother. I wake up out of my fucking misery. Because coffee can't do that. Coffee already put me in misery. Yeah. Can't wait to start this, brother. Let's start it. Okay, so. Hey, you only laugh because you realize laughter is slaughter, brother. Laughter is like kind of killing the old you. Say you've been suffering of something so that you didn't know, kind of like a fuel leak, or maybe I don't know. You didn't know much about your tuning your valve, how to tune this thing right, and it's probably too lean. Maybe the thing was dug all the way in there, and you had no idea that it was just backing out the spring, right? But when you realize it, it's like that feeling, brother. Anyway, let's get to it. So it's always a feeling that gets you going. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I was trying to say. I keep having these short, I call them short circuit, but they just leave, brother. What's up? It's like they're not agreeing with what I'm saying. Or maybe I should have wrote it down. Look, we're gonna go with the next step. I cleaned up my chassis. Chassis is a little clean, a little presentable. Shout out to Rinks. A little presentable. Only reason why I haven't taken my Big Six out there. You guys know what the Big Six, the Schumacher Big Six? Well, they don't have a body available and I never came across buying one. There was one available before, but they wanted $200 and I wasn't gonna pay $200. Matter of fact, somebody at the time told me, "Hey, you can put an XR1 on it. The Traxxas XR X1. Don't know what the fuck it's called. The 100 mile an hour one. That's called the 120, right? Uh, yeah, you can use that body to 1/6 scale. The whole reason why I haven't taken it out, bro, is because man, I don't have a body for it. I don't have a body for it. That's why I haven't taken it out. Whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so it's nice and clean. Sort of. Make myself some space. Myself some. Alright, so what do I need to tell you about this? Oh, I'm still waiting for Maxwell settings, brother. Maxwell settings told me that I need to put another gear to get 65. I'm like, brother, I was trying to let y'all know. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to let you guys know exactly what the hell's going on because I know I can understand myself. So I'm sure you guys can. And I'm not saying he can't understand me, but there's something going on. There's like, not something preventing us, but someone is doing something wrong. And I think it's me. I'm gonna try to speak as loud and clear as I can without getting too excited because it's the excitement that just makes me forget to breathe, brother. And if you don't breathe, you're gonna forget what you want to say next. I think that's what's going on. Uh, so Maxwell said, "Hey, look, the last video I had this thing running out there, and he was like, hey, brother, that thing's gonna probably need 60 another gear to go 65. It's a 2-speed. I already went 62 with the G3.0. Out there when I was out there, uh, I've been trying to let you guys know that it's not ready. It can't spool up all the way. I don't know if turbos are the same way. You gotta break them in. But this thing, too much compression. Gotta get rid of the compression. Almost still has some of that compression you gotta work through. Let's just call it that. Thinking another half a gallon. So that's gonna be fucking 2 gallons in total. 2 gallons in total for this little fucking, call it a little turd. Yeah, it's not really little. But it's packing a punch, brother. This little turd's packing a fucking .21 in there, man. Shit. Yeah, this is a if some of you back there in there. If you're watching and you're not in the chat, brother, look, if you know what this engine is, well, cool. But if you didn't know, let me tell you what's up with this. Let me get you up to speed because I have to figure out how to get you guys, everybody, up to speed and get a really clear idea of what I'm trying to achieve here and the struggles that I'm dealing with, right? Because I'm getting comments that have nothing to do with. I mean, there's confusion, not confusion, miscommunication. Gotta call my fucking internet provider, tell them what the fuck. Or look, listen. This is the G3.0 engine off HPI G3.0. The same fucking crank, I'm assuming. But I have confirmed side by side comparison. I have them both, and I was checking out that Obviously, the piston is not the same because you can't make a piston bigger. You just got to replace it, right? I mean, I'm saying for the parts that are in there because the Force does use some sleeves that are made for like a particular engine, and if they want to make a bigger engine, they use the same sleeve and they just increase the bore, right? Like if you're boring your engine out, boring out your engine, right? So what they do is they just machine it bigger. The same sleeve from the G3.0. That's what I was assuming that they did here, but they didn't. You know, they entirely made a new design because the ports are also bigger. Not just the sleeve length is longer, it's thicker, more material. It's not as thin as the G3.0, and then also the ports are fucking bigger. That's what I was looking for, and it was. But I'm still sure. I mean, I'm still asking myself, are you sure this G3.0 crankcase? Because it could be. It could be the G3.0 crankcase, and they just made new pistons and sleeves for it. But like I was saying, I thought they did what they did to the OFNA 26 and 28. And the 21, I believe, they also made the 26. Not sure, but I know I put them aside, these OFNA engines, a while ago, and I compared them. And they had the same ports. They just had different size piston. You know, the same ports, like the shape of it and the positioning of the timing. They were the same. The timing was the same. It was just a bigger bore, right? Okay. This fuel tank might suck for this because I am getting a lot of inconsistencies. Um, Reason why I'm saying is because the Fusion or maybe the original fuel tank, they all look the same. Some of them are the same but different. And what makes them different, the ones that are exactly identical, is that the baffles. It's also baffled on top of the fuel tank because this one only has baffles on the bottom, right? And if I showed you an original Fusion, it has baffles like the whole fucking wall. It looks like it's blocked off. Yeah. Yeah, here's one. See the baffles in there? There's the ones on the bottom and there's some on the top. Right there, you see that? And this one doesn't have it. And this one might be for the freaking well, that just depends. It depends because maybe when they had the X18, the original engine, it does work with the original one. But it could be the case that since we have something that needs more fuel and something that I don't know, I guess it needs more better fuel flow. You gotta understand, this thing does not idle right. Even with the X18, it fucking you gotta have it tuned like an LRP 32 where it's fucking lean because you're just bashing it around. But I think these fucking little rigs are supposed to run fucking full wide open throttle. And if you don't, the stupid catch can just makes your space a lot smaller in there, and it just suffocates the engine. It shuts it off. You know what I mean? So from changing from the little point 18, you also got to know that the point 18 that comes in here is a tiny little crank, like twice as small as this one. It's pretty fucking weird. But you can same mount, same everything, same size. But the only thing, this one also has a fixed engine mount. You can't adjust it. So that's another fucking thing that you know you gotta I had to deal with. Well, not really, because there's only one option you can do. Either you have the single speed or the two speed, right? But if you were trying to go for a single speed and then just put your own gears on it instead of using Schumacher's gears, you need to adjust it. You're gonna have to get it right, like match up the spur gears. If you want to gear up, you're gonna have to change both fucking gears. Well, how do you change the clutch gear? You only have one that's like 15 teeth. And who knows what fucking pitch these gears are, but you can't adjust the engine, and there's no way either. And if you were able to adjust it, you can't move it anywhere. So that's what I'm saying, brother. Um, Out there, it's not. I have to have a long stretch. This thing needs a long stretch because I was trying to explain how this thing, like, it has to pick up boost. I don't know if that's the way to explain it. But as soon as like it picks up RPM at a certain RPM, because the higher it's trying to go, it's gonna lag a little bit more and more and more. But then it just fucking rips. And you're gonna be seeing that. No wheelie bar. This thing, it's still heavy. It does. It will wheelie. It does wheelie. It's wheeling barely right now. But as soon as it's fucking broken in, this thing's gonna be fucking probably gonna be different. But my intention is to beat 62. And hopefully I do. I added more weight to it. Back then, with the G 3.0 when it got 62, I didn't have the aluminum arms in the front or the aluminum hubs in the back, which counts, brother. It could be a little bit of weight, but it counts. Remember, the faster you go, the more you weigh. Not by mass, but by weight. Gravitational weight. Where is it? Yeah, gravitational weight. No. How do you call it? Motion. Kinetic weight. Ah, okay. I got the thing. I didn't tighten it all the way. Remember checking it. Oh, and like I was saying, I gotta keep this exhaust system. Otherwise, I would have to put a rear exhaust one. That way, I can like route the exhaust port up and on top of the body. But Pimp was like, "Hey, why don't you just put a different body, brother?" And it might be right, but I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have one. I need to get one. But that's what one thing I do gotta try, cause maybe that body. I mean, it's a Revo body. It's a speed. Excuse me. It's a speed body, and it has to go on here. Otherwise, it's not gonna consider itself rascal. Like there's no other body like this. And then the shape of it. I mean, I could find a better shape, but it's gonna sit higher, and it's gonna have more drag from the wind. And we don't want no more drag, brother. Look, it already has enough drag in the rear, right? I'm probably gonna have to cut this off. Going 70 miles an hour, brother, is no joke. It's a lot of wind. Um, Stick your hand out when you're in the freeway, right? That's a lot of wind. There's this little plastic thing. Um, yeah, it's a lot of wind. It's gonna slow it down. Maybe make it lose fucking traction. Just fall off rails. Cause look, I'm dealing with. These are locked. The diffs are locked. They were locked. I don't know if they're locked or they're fucking in there. They're all rusted and just seized, right? Don't know if the fucking. But I got a new one in the way. Fuck yeah. I was able to find. Oh, that was so awesome. Last time I saw a pro diff, because this is the same diff that is on the XTR, which is a fucking 110 scale. But the X18, the single speed, comes with the smaller diff. The original diff is smaller. It fits in the same housing, I believe, but it's smaller. No, it doesn't. The other housing, it's a lot skinnier. This one's thicker. But you can't put this one on the XTR. What you have to do is take the diff out and put it on the XTR, right? That's what it is. It's a TT diff. TT. The belt on this thing, it's a lot thicker. It's like, can't remember how thick it is, but it's thicker than the original one. I'm sure of it. So, got this tied down. Let me see if I have to do anything else. Oh yeah. I gotta clean up. I'll do that at the end. I gotta clean up the 2-speed. That's another thing you gotta do uh, periodically when you go out. Actually, every time you go out there, you're supposed to brush it off, cause you get that dust by the dust that's on the tires. I mean the pavement from the cars. All that dust, it gets trapped in there. And I'm not saying in one run, brother. I'm just saying little by little. Just like your windows. Just like the cars on your shelf that accumulate dust. You ever wonder how the fuck that shit? It's because there's an attraction. Like magnetic. So that dust. Oh, and then on top of that, you got oil. Right? There you go. And I'll show you why you gotta fucking clean that shit every time you go out there. Because the way this thing is made, the 2-speed mechanism, it's just crazy. It's crazy. If you haven't seen it, stick around so I can show you in a little bit. Let me put this back together. Um, that. Shibbity dope. Underneath and between. I was considering putting Loctite on these things because, oh man, no need. These are like the. Do they all do the same? Is that what they usually do when you get these big screws, like 4 millimeters, 3, 4? Oh, 4 or 5. The little ones don't do that shit. Texas Angie, what is up, brother? What do you find on these Schumachers? I've been wanting a menace or havoc. Hey, brother, I got a menace. I am having up for sale. Are you looking for a aluminum one? One with, cause look, I got two options for you. I mean, look. Are you looking one with the Pro 21? Are you looking for a menace that has a big block 28 or just the regular engine? Do you want it all stock like how you get it with the Pro 21 and 3-speed? Well, you can only gear it. You can't gear it up because the next gear is just way too high. The wheels are too big. But do you want it with the Pro 21 or with the 28? Because I can build one for you and have it ready, brother. Do it on the live. But let me know. Um, Here, I'll put my name. Do you have Facebook? I'm pretty sure you're active in the Facebook groups, right? Like Metro Gang or Unlimited. Stock would be best. Okay, yeah, here, let me send you my name. I mean my or anybody out there that needs like parts. Okay, it didn't let me. Here. Oh, it did go through. Did it? Can you see? Did it go through my email? Oh wait, that's not my email. Dummy. Hold on a second. But anybody that wants like any work done, or you want to build, man, a Menace or a Fusion, or you have something and you want to put a big block on it, or maybe just a different engine, because like I was saying, there's not really much to it. You just have to, um, I mean, decide that you want it, because they're pretty expensive. And also, they're for advanced users. Uh, one wrong move, one wrong turn could be the end of it, brother. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to scare you. But, yeah, let me see. Did that go through? Everybody loves those 16 at yahoo.com. Send me a message, brother. Because I don't think we can send messages through YouTube. Send me a message. Yeah, send me a message, and if you need an engine, oh, you say you need a whole car. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. We can. I can probably have something better than pricing. A better, not better pricing, but we can say yeah, better pricing. Than what you've seen on eBay, right? And then you have a better assurance because look, I'll be honest with you. 7 out of 2 Schumachers that I've bought did not come fucking beaten. You know what I mean? Most of the Schumachers that have, all of them, had bad bearings, bad belt, a belt that needed probably replaced. They never thought about it, you know? Bought a lot of them. Used up that were supposed to be good and running. And I'll tell you what, people use them, and if they sell them, well, yeah, they can sell them, but they shouldn't sell them at what they're selling them for. Because you have to literally, like, I don't feel comfortable selling one that I've, even the ones that I've built on my own that still run, I wouldn't sell it to you unless I rebuild it and put new bearings, you know, and at least a new belt, because those belts, I don't know if they last long. I don't know um, if you can reuse the ones I have, because I've replaced every single one of them. Every single, I have like 10, 11, I don't know, a few, right? And I've replaced every single belt. Every single one of them. Except on 2, but I still replaced them. I mean, I didn't have to, but I still did. Right? But that's the one thing. Even this one. When I got this one, I was using it, running it, and I was like, fuck. So I decided to open it up. And I opened it up, and I saw that the pulleys was filled up with the belt material in between the teeth. And that could just strip shit around, you know what I mean? And just ruin the belt. So that's what I'm saying. You have to, like, break down everything again. Because to get to the belt, you gotta have to take everything out. Not on this one, but on the Fusion. And to clean out if the teeth aren't messed up. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, it's a fun thing to do, man. The only reason why I'm not out there every day is because, well, I have my reasons, right? But it's not because I'm getting tired of these things. You know, I fight it every time. Go up here and work on them. You know, work on them and get them going. Get them excited. I put on this thing without. Oh, did I turn this thing on? I put this fucking thing on without putting the pipe on. Hold on. But like this little rascal, man, whew, it's a tight space. I think it's a little bit bigger. Call it a monster truck. But you gotta know, brother, these things are not They're not to jump around. They're not little monkeys. They might be fast as shit, but they're supposed to stay on ground. They're like speed trucks. Even the well, I don't know about the Havoc. The Havoc, I mean, yeah, you can give it some air, right? But brother, those the way those shocks they are when you get a Havoc, just check out the shocks. I think they are friction shocks. Yeah, they're all friction shocks. They all have friction shocks. Not these. I replaced these. These are not Schumacher shocks. They are I think they're SEX 10 shocks. XC8, XCX8, whatever. Little electric car. But the shocks, the ones that are on here, fuck. We couldn't make it. We couldn't make it. So luckily I found a way how to put these things on. And still, I would say the only reason why you can't really jump them so high or think they're like little monster trucks you can jump on a ramp, it's because they're yeah, let me show you. This is as much as the suspension can travel down without the shock. Just the way it's mounted on the pivot, it can pivot because they all tap out like on the chassis. You know, they have it too high, bam. You land upside down and you hit something, bam, cracking point. You know, like he lands upside down and fucking hits something that pushes it up. Not good. You know what I mean? Doesn't have good suspension travel. Either the Menace. The Menace doesn't either. It has bigger shocks, but it doesn't either. Or the Manic. The Manic also has fucking friction shocks. And they're just speed trucks, brother, to fucking take them on the gravel fast. But they are not recommended to take them too fast. They don't have the suspension like a Savage. They can handle quite some jumps, but if you take it faster than 25, make sure it's on flat ground. This thing will fucking holy moly. But they're fun, brother. They're fun. Anyway, didn't mean to yell at you. They're fun as shit. Like fuck, man. I knew it. I knew it. The only reason why I was bummed out these days because this thing is not ready. And I think, and it's making me feel like it's never gonna be ready. So what I did was take the screws off so I could put the exhaust port on. Oh, but we said we are gonna replace the O-ring, huh? O-ring, you know? SD card, pin out. There you go. Bring this back. Bring this back. Testing out the clearances. I think I'm gonna have to go with the same one if I don't find one in 1 minute. You know what? I don't think I had one because this one is not like the thickness of this one. For some reason, it's not as thick as the other ones. Yeah. Minute has passed. I didn't find shit. It was fine. I just thought, hey, just change it. Might as well. But it was fine. It didn't leak. Nice. Nice. Okay. It's on there. Just goes on there. It's not tied up with any springs. Just goes on there and it's held with just by being fixed at a fixed point. Then you clamp on the exhaust. I should get you closer. Use backwards. I have the battery wire routed through in between the engine mounts. Which looks pretty good. Nice and managed. Management, brother. That's the key. Great cable management. Oh shit, where's my tool? Memorial Day passed a couple of days ago. Just want to say I saw some of you post up a video for Memorial's Day, including me. Pretty hyped out that day. But then at the same time, I was pissed off. It doesn't make any sense, but fuck. Sometimes it's just like, oh, cool, you sent me an email? Yeah, sometimes you're like, how can you keep dealing with ups and downs? Just stay up. Stay up. Don't come down. Preventable, brother. Inevitable. I keep blaming myself that I'm letting myself down. I mean, I keep trying to convince myself that I'm letting myself down because this thing is not ready. Right? Pretty crazy, right? Like, bro, be patient. We can wait for you. No rush, brother. All right. Oh, you should have me on Facebook. Look for me on Facebook. It's Everlazo, and I should have Ajay. I should have I'm all in black. I look like the guy from Grandma's house in the background. The guy that goes, "I am a robot." The CEO. What is he? No, he's not a CEO. He's a manager. Don't know his name, but he's tall and skinny. Ah man, that's another thing I forgot to do. Oh, it went in. Yeah. It's that piece. There we go. I am going to give you guys a little demonstration of how this thing is getting better. It's getting there. We can call it getting there. Because it's not revving the way it's supposed to. Look here. I'm a little distracted. Trying to eat a bolillo. If you know what a bolillo is, Mexican bread, shout out to you, brother. If you don't, well, sorry, but I'm in a hurry. For now. For now. Alright. That's nice and tight. And my shin. Look at that. You couldn't have it any other way, brother. It's not Burger King. It's not Jack in the Box. It's just fixed. There's no other way around it. Right? It's like Pimp's video. It only goes one way. Yeah, we're talking about the T-Max, the T-Max transmission. Are you in San Antonio, Texas? Yeah, right, San Antonio, Texas, or I was gonna say San Juan Capistrano. No, what's the border's name there? I forgot. Mexicali, close to Mexicali, right? Oh, I just got your message, brother. Yeah, close to Mexicali. Man, how do I know this stuff? I don't study it. I try to forget about it. No, brother, I don't think I am not. I'm not proud of being Mexican, and I wouldn't want to be Mexican, but I'm also not complaining because I'm Mexican. You know what I'm saying? In that case, I wouldn't want to be human at all. But I'm humane. So, I don't really consider myself Mexican, really. I consider myself like just not, oh man, fuck. I don't consider myself anything. I mean, actually, I do. I consider myself everything. That makes sense because that explains why every time I'm trying to fix a problem, even though it's not mine. Then plus on top of that, I should be focused more on my problems than on other people's problems. But I've been doing a good job about it. I mean, it's because you gotta choose really, like what you want to do throughout the day. You don't have all the time, you know. Like earlier, I fucking forgot. I forgot that I had to take my daughter to work, and I started the live. She called me. He's like, "Yeah, we gotta go in 5." I'm like, shit. What did I do? So you gotta choose, brother, what you want to do, and then choose that and give it you all. You know, any activity. Not at work. Work is just work. Realize work just Follow the pace. Keep up with the pace. Keep up with the flow, just like in the freeway. If everybody's working hard, if everybody's driving fast, past the speed limit, you gotta go past the speed limit too, brother. Or else you're gonna be considered slow. Right? If they're all going slow, you gotta go slow. You can't go faster than everybody, you can't go slower than everybody. You gotta fucking be in the current and just take it easy. And I guess things would just fall in its place, right? Because you're always rushing shit up and then you're getting caught up in the fucking, like, for like a car. You break down. So the best way to do it is to just keep up with everybody instead of trying to go faster. But I'm trying to go faster. I'm trying to be the fastest. That's the problem, right? So yeah, you can call it a fucking speed freak now. Call me speed freak. I might not be there all day, every day, but still, this is a freakish way to do things, I think. It's alright. I don't mind being called a freak. Oh shit. I like freaks. I think that's why I have a haircut like this. It's like a. Y'all see my hair? It's still in the process of me wanting to grow it right. But anyway, it's not about my hair, it's about this. So I got this thing on. Now I got to put on the fuel line. I used a. This filter doesn't go here. I just leave it there, just not for show. Just so I don't have to clean them up all the time. Clean up the inside of the fuel lines. Because, like, for instance, if this line just. If I have it dangling. Well, not dangling, but if it's, like, unattended. Like that, right? I might flip it over, and while I flip it over, there might be um, metal shavings here or dust particles, nanoparticles, right? And it could catch one on and scoop it up, or a little by little, and then maybe not so. I could be in the middle of a conversation with you, or in the middle of an explanation, and not notice that it's fucking gunk filth. I picked up a bunch of stuff already, and then stick it in the fucking, stick it in the valve and clog shit up. And make sure you do it a couple times more after that. Brother, I'm trying to prevent myself from being out there with the whole film crew and having to come back and fix this. You know what I'm saying? That's how I prevent myself from wasting time. But then I realized, man, there's no way out of it. I think everything is fixed already. Because look, you try to spend more time to save time, but then it turns out to be the same if you didn't spend time to fix something to save you time. Right, so it all turns out the same way, man. It's like whatever you take, whichever direction you go, left or right, you're still gonna meet up at the same point. Two axes, they're not parallel. Well, anyway, shit. Confuse myself. Confuse myself. Look, things gradually, little by little, just. And I like to prevent that shit, you know? One day I almost fucking, like, cried from anger. Like, you know how you're so angry and you want to cry, but you want to cry inside yourself, And I dealt myself in that position a lot. I put myself in that position a lot and I dealt with it a lot. And I can tell you, I've been doing a good darn job. And I prefer doing it this way, after all. You know? Plus, if this thing ain't getting fuel the right way, brother, it ain't gonna give you the power the right way. I guess. It's been a long time, brother. Like this thing, I should have already had the video, but let's keep going. Let's turn it on. Y'all want to see what I'm talking about? Like right now, it's gonna idle, and like I hope. I'm not hoping. I mean, let's see if I did it right, and if I didn't do it right, well, fuck it, right? At least YouTube's not gonna be like, we're not gonna count it. We're not counting your hours. I'm trying to put time, brother. I want to get to the point where where YouTube can pay for my using and abusing these RCs. Some of you might think, hey, this guy's just abusing this stuff. Put the regular engine back on, man. What are you doing? But look, there's a beauty to this thing. All right, let's heat this thing up. You beauty and the beast, mother shit. All right, Angie, I'll talk to you about it later. And yeah, let's get this thing going. I like to see what you can do with it because these things are rated at 60. The one with the Thunder Pro 21, and it has to do with the gearing. But getting these things to 60 is no small feat, brother. I got small feet, brother. Check it out. And ironically, I'm 7. And ironically, I've been getting these things up to speed, brother. That's cool. Yeah, I'm kidding, brother. I don't know why I haven't hit 80 miles an hour. I haven't. This thing, there's no speed on the box. Nothing that says it goes, oh shit, I fucked this up. Put it on backwards. I got air blowing, like my my heat retention mechanism. Yeah, mechanism. This whole fucking foil thing is backwards. It's blowing off the exhaust from the mini heat gun the other way. And I wanted to flip everything around, but fuck, man, I'm stuck to do what I'm gonna do. Let's tighten this back up, take these out, rotate it. Because I was thinking of rotating the whole thing, but that's more complicated rather than just taking the clamp off. And no, it's better just to take the screws off. Ay, 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 ay. So many ways. Oh, you can't see. This thing's too high now. Get you up on the breaking point. But. Okay, this way. There's too much in. Yeah. Tight. Tight. There we go. If you wrap your cylinder and use the mini heat gun like I'm doing, don't forget to put exhaust ports so hot air can circulate out. That's what I was doing right now. Just turn it over because I have holes right here. There's some holes right there on top of the clamp. That's gonna let the air out a little so it doesn't rise up and burn the heat gun. All right, let me make sure these things are height. Man, this thing better idle. Better be idling the way I want it to. Like I was saying, a lot of times your car will stop and not idle right. Because it's trying to go and shit. Like it stops it, from being stationary. The clutch bell will stop the engine from moving because it's making contact with the clutch bell. And a lot of times it is the spring that is too loose, right? It's letting go. But in this case, it's the clutch bell, clutch shoe size. No, Loretto, McLean, Brownsville, Del Rio. Oh, okay. Was Breaking Bad filmed around there in Loretto? Maybe down somewhere around there. All right, let's see. I don't want to have no catastrophic failure right now, so let me just take the time to stare at this. Mm-hmm. Up, up. There's 2 speeds. There is. Oh, that's great. There it is. Got my angle driver. Holy moly. Cool. So since I've had it, I've done this much damage on the edge. Let me see if you can see it. If I can show it to you, correct? Yeah. So when this thing rises, you see this area right here. Oh man, focus. This area right here, this is the engagement tooth. And this area right here, where I'm rubbing it, and like right about right there where I'm rubbing it, that's all the contact you have on your clutch cam to engage. And little by little with the dust, it can start building. Oh, here. With dust or even that banging in there, it could have it build up and then start creating like a ramp where it's just gonna have it like skip it. Let's see. So you see that right there? That's a little bit, but it gets worse. It can get worse if you don't maintain it. And then that's gonna cause this thing to just like Evil Knievel that shit. But hey, brother, 3 speeds. It's all worth it, brother. It's the best fucking experience. I mean, And the amount of love you put into it just makes you realize, hey, I gotta give this thing a name. You know, you fall in love with your stuff, you start giving them names, brother. Right? It's the only way. I mean, it's the only. You know what I'm saying? You give everything names that you fall in love with, and that's a big deal because it becomes you. If you see it as a person, it becomes you. It becomes like as an extension of you. So you got to make sure you give it the right name, right? Call him Shorty. Call him Jumping Spider. Little Big Bear. Call him Little Big Bear. We're gonna call him Mowgli. Oh fuck, man. I'm wondering if my waist pain has to do with like my breathing also. Just like how I forget what I'm saying. Is there we go. Say it. You hear that ratchet? That's ratchet. It's a ratchet activated one way drive. Ratchet one way ratchet drive. That's what it's called. I believe it is. One way ratchet drive. It just comes like the whole 3-speed just comes in a fucking. There really isn't a name for it. Like it doesn't have a part number. It comes when you buy that ratchet thing. You have to replace it. You have to buy the whole um, 3-speed molding set. Nice, nice. Proline, we got Proline wheels, re-glued. Damn, these things are gonna fucking hold a nice stretch. You know what I mean? Let's get this thing hot. Right? You know, and I was thinking that probably is that a good thing to rev this thing up with the hose connected? This fucking exhaust hose? Fucking deflect out the fumes, right? But I was wrong. You can use it because when I was trying to rev it up as high as I can, higher than before, it was giving me that lean bog because of the compression. And I thought it was a hose, and there's no way around it. But as soon as it got out there, it was doing the same thing, right? And that tells me that it has to do the same thing. It wasn't changing because I had this thing from it. Hold on here. Because this does restrict the flow and it restricts your whole tuning. So when you disconnect this and you run it out there on the ground, you're going to have to lean her out like almost a complete turn because a lot of pressure is gonna go, gonna double. It goes to the tank. It's coming from the muffler. Hold on a sec. After I finish a gallon of Sidewinder on this thing, I switch to the VP to a fresher fuel. That fucking Sidewinder. Hey man, you shouldn't be selling that fuel anymore, man. Ridiculous. You never bought these VP cams, brother? They have a fucking screen in them. I wonder why they did that. I mean, yeah, you can tell by not getting shit in it, right? But how are you supposed to fill up your fuel bottle? Unless you're supposed to fucking unscrew the whole fucking thing, which I don't think so. Pretty fucking weird. Just an excuse to charge you $3 more. Maybe. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I'm just asking why. Nobody needs to get mad. I'd like to know why. Whether it's because you're trying to rip us a new one or because you're following the law. The law of commerce. Business law. What? Business law? They're business rules. Business terms. Oh shit. Alright, buddy. Fill her up. Gave myself a purple shower. This shit is cold. This heat gun does fucking heat up really slow. Don't you have to? We're gonna have to apply patience. Alright. Should be high enough. Uh, so what I'm looking for is a good idle, high idle without these things spinning. And what else? I think that's it. Let's see what we did. If you didn't see or know what I'm talking about, you can go back to my lives when I did this here. The first break-in. You notice that this shit's fucking spinning at low idle. My wheels are spinning at low idle. Not good. Gonna fucking shut it off and it's on the ground. Alright. Let's start the show. Where's my fucking starter, man? Where'd it go? I forgot to prime it. There was no fuel in the line. That's what went around. Told you. You're gonna forget something. I could have heard it. I felt it in my heart, brother. Oh. Oh, you see that? They're not moving. Holy shit. Real life's real, brother. Just look at that shit. It's idling without fucking moving the wheels. Woo! Look at that. Idling pretty high. Without it shutting off, brother. Woo! That's good. That's good. Because it would have shut off right now. If that was the case, it would have shut off because it's trying to grab on idle. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean, bro. I know you know. I know you know. Now it's gonna really do. It's gonna help it really better if it was struggling, because now the engine can rev up a little bit more before it's revved on, right? Let me get you thing hot. Get some pulls. Take the power ready, man. Ready. Now I can have the idle really low without shutting off. You're not trying to grab on, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Power. Not strength. Power. Power to keep going without having to go buy more fucking clutch shoes. Because you already have fusions all around. Anyway, whatever I was trying to say, I hope it sounded great. It did. Even though I had food in my mouth. Jesus. All right. Oh, shit, my weight. Are you ready for this? It's pain. I'm in the turf. It's pain. 224. Holy moly. That's good. Keep up with polluting. Oh, I gotta give you a different perspective. Hold on. Maybe right here.
Give me a sec. There you go. You ready for this? You're ready for what? Oh shit, that's a bad angle. Oh crap. How the fuck? Yeah, you'll work with that. Gee, brother. Fucking starting to feel like, hey, he feels like he's on national TV, brother. Tripping ever chill. I forgot to think an idol. Fuck yeah. Try stopping me now, motherfucker. Try stopping me now. Here we go. Hold on a sec, man. I got open up the old thing. I'm telling you, out there, cutting off to the foot shoots. Yeah, you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me tell you when it gives you a lean. I'm gonna scream once. No, I'm gonna let go once it starts giving me that lean behavior. Watch this. You hear that? Boom, boom. I don't know if you hear it in there, but you can hear it like it's blowing out pure fucking air. And no other type of gas but pure air. Like, um, I don't know, it sounds kind of hard to describe. Like nails on a chalkboard. Uh, irritating. So look, that's telling me I need to richen it up. Hear that? That's not yours. What I'm gonna do is richen her up one complete turn. Cause out there on the ground, it's not the same. Out there on the ground, it's not the same. Maybe one complete turn wasn't it. Maybe just a half a turn. 90 degrees. Fuck. This shit made it turn off. But anyway, I wasn't far from it being too fucking rich. So, what I'm trying to say is that I can't have it on factory settings yet. Unless I want to scrape it. Break it in traditionally. Yeah, traditionally. I'm just kidding, brother. Oh, man. Here you go. Hey, is that too much fuel? It is good. Not too hot. Overheating. That's the case. You just don't want to keep running your engine while it's overheating. It can overheat any time. It's not gonna. It's better. Better than being cold. Cold.
Okay, so that's it's telling me I'm going to low speed out back where I was. Open this up. I'm not messing with this because I needed more fuel on my top end. So if you're shutting off and you're shutting off because you're richened up your high speed, um, that's gonna tell you that you need to lean out your low speed needle because your high speed always affects your your low speed more than your low speed affects your high speed. How can I say this? If you're fatter on the top end, you're gonna have to lean out the bottom end. That way it can idle, or else it's gonna open up more room because the way it's formed in there, um, like for instance, man, I don't know, they kind of go hand in hand evenly because the way they're in their axis, like you got the needle on top blocking the main valve, the top valve, and then you got the low speed on the bottom, just blocking off your idle gap. So, um, how can I say this? How can I say this? Because if you richen your high speed needle, your low speed needle is affected, right? It could go rich too, or lean more dramatically than if you do the opposite, right? Say you have it too lean, but then fucking super rich up here, then your car is gonna go on, but once you try to gas it, it's gonna shut off, right? It's too much fuel going in because your throttle, well, your low speed is more like your idle, and you're taking off. Um, your initiation power band or thresh initiation, I don't know what to call it, but there's a initiation power. Just call it initiation power. When you take off. But then that has to do with what kind of clutch shoes you have and then what fucking RPM they're engaging. But let's see. So I got this fatten up. This thing is a little cooler. Doesn't have to be too hot anymore. Like when it's brand new. Like before. Once you start breaking it in thoroughly, brother, like right now after a gallon, you don't have to heat it up to like 220. 200, 180, they're fine. 150. And it all has to do with how much. It all has to do with preventing from the one-way bearing having too much forces to overcome. When you're trying to turn over the engine. All right, so we're still super fat. And we might be filled up with oil in the fucking gas can. After it hits second, there's like this little lag before it takes off.
Wait. After it hits second, I'm gonna punch it and watch how it reacts. Watch how it reacts after it hits second, and like once it hits second, I'm gonna punch it. Idle gap is too low. Or too low.
Let me open her up and give it a little couple more pulls, and we'll move on to the next because I think this thing is already ready. I was already giving it a couple of beans out there, but it's under a different load. You know what I mean? Once it's ready, it's under a different load, and right now it still helps. It still helps to break it in. It doesn't really matter. And then plus, you use. I think it uses more fuel once it's under load. So you don't have. Well, obviously you don't get the same tuning window. Well, the same tuning. The tune right here. It might not be rich right now as rich because there's no load on it, right? But once I'm out there, I'm gonna have to turn it a complete turn because I don't know. Guess I guess. I mean, it's weird. It's weird how an engine under load uses more fuel than. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like should be making the same power all the time, regardless of the load and how much fuel. I mean, if the fuel is consistent, then it should always make the same power, and it should always be the consumption of the fuel should be the same. uh, all right. There you go. What the hell?
hot still? He's 16. Good. You hear that growl at the end when I let go of the throttle? Watch. Yeah? That's because of the fucking exhaust. The cat's cat. Well, it's a little revved up too, but. Yeah. Oh, you like that? Good job. You hear that at the end? Freaking. That's it. Yeah. Huh? Oh man, okay. I can't believe 3 hours passed. Holy moly. Okay, my time is up. 3 hours passed? Well, not really three, but what in the... Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Almost three. But check it out. I want to give you guys a little quick tour. Um, Manic is coming. All these right here are coming. The only one that's not coming back is this one that I already ran, brother. So in the next few days, expect this one to not come back. Unless I change my mind. But listen, this one's coming back. I gotta cut this out so I can put the camera in there, brother, so it can look like we're inside there. I don't want to put it on top of the fucking ceiling. I don't think I'm Gran Turismo or any kind of fucking racing simulation. But I gotta put it in there, brother. Mount the little camera in there just so you know it looks, get a nice different view. But after that rascal, I might have to do this one, and if I skip this one for any reason, I'm gonna go with the 110 scale XTR, which is down here. The Pro 21, brother. 3-speed. And I don't know why, but this, even though it's a 3-speed and it's 70 miles an hour and it's fucking fast as shit, it feels more comfortable doing 70 miles an hour on this XTR than on a Menace. Maybe because of the bulge power that you know you have on board. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But that's coming up next after the Rascal. Its big brother has to come out and play. You know? And then after that Rascal, I'm gonna say fuck it. Fuck being presentable. I'm gonna fucking take this out without a body. So this is my... It's a Pro 21. I was gonna put a big block 28, but I realized you're gonna get more speed out of 21s. Especially these Pro 21s are fucking like designed and timed where they fucking spin pretty fast. Because I mean, I don't know, they just got a 5,000 RPM more. It's faster than... Well, it's not faster than 10,000 RPM more. Okay. But anyway, this is my whole wall that I have coming of... that I have to build again. And build back. But on this wall, I'm giving you a quick little tour. Because it just revised.
remodeled? No, I just relocated a lot of things that didn't have to be here. Made myself some more space. All these right here are ready to go on the video, but not yet. So stay tuned for that, and I will give you guys a better view next time of my thing, because I'm excited. I'm excited to show you guys. Look, that's my station right there. Make the videos. I had to use a pretty big screen for it. And so I'm thinking of also, I don't know, there's this RC game that I want to show you guys. That's it's gonna be ideal. That's why I did this thing so I could put the camera over here and play with you guys, because I don't have all that software and I don't need to buy all that stuff that uses production value fucking videos. The what am I saying? I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna waste that much money on it, but look at this. Don't you think this is okay, acceptable? Just that right there. I mean, I can have it behind me now. I don't have to have it in front of me. That's gonna be awesome. So stay tuned, brother, and let me see if I can have a video tomorrow. If not, I'll just come back on the live and work on my fusion. Or maybe I'm coming back when I come back right now. Not sure. Not sure what I'm gonna do after I pick up my kids and have free time. Don't know what I'm doing with my free time. I might come back. So if you're around, come by. Come back too with me. All right, brother. Have a wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Hey, brother. Let's stay connected. Later.